Hi, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
And welcome to DC TV Recap, the YouTube video show where we talk about the DC TV shows, but we're not talking about the DC TV shows this week. We're just going to talk about Supergirl or Supergirl Season 4. But before we get to that, there's a little event going on this week called San Diego Comic-Con. It happens in San Diego, California, not San Diego, Canada, San Diego, California, just in case you're confused. And Ashley and I are going to be there, and if you're going to be there, we want to meet you. We want to see all our fans of DC TV Recap, and also we're going to be there on Saturday, July 21st. We have 2 signings. First signing is going to be at the Action Lab booth, which is booth 1735 from noon to 2:30. We'll be there signing our comic book, Jupiter Jet. We'll have some other stuff. We'll have some swag. Come by, say hi, pick up a book, get your book signed if you've already bought it ahead of time. Whatever you want to do, come by and say hi. Also, if you can't make that signing, we're going to be at another signing at the Geekscape booth. That is booth 3919 from 3:30 to 4:30. So come by there. We'll have Geek History Lesson pins, talk about nerdy stuff. Tell us you watch DC TV Recap. We want to talk to you. And also, we'll have some copies of Jupiter Jet there as well. So 2 signings on Saturday, July 21st. And always go check our Twitter everywhere, at Jawiin, at Ashley V. Robinson. You'll go find out all the details. We want to see you at San Diego Comic-Con if you're going to visit there.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about Supergirl Season 4. Supergirl Season 3 just ended. Mon-El left. Brainy's joining the show. Wynn saying bye-bye. And
don't spoil everything we're going to talk about.
A bunch of other stuff. Well, they have already seen it, right? We didn't finish the reviews of Supergirl Season 3 because we had much better things to do with our time. But we're going to talk about Supergirl Season 4.
So the writers just came out and they said that it is going to be, quote, heavily inspired by Superman Red Sun, because God forbid we picked a Supergirl run that we were going to emulate. You know, that Elseworlds tale that has so much to do with continuity and is set in Russia, and Superman's kind of a dick. We're going to do that.
Well, I want to say 2 things first. One, we're of course recording this before any announcement of San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
So if you're in the comments saying like, they say this at San Diego Comic-Con, just hold your horses, chill. All right. 2, Supergirl, Devil's Advocate, Superman Red Sun is one of Superman's most famous stories.
Superman Red Sun is a fantastic story. I've recommended it a number of times on our podcast, Geek History Lesson.
Mark Miller.
All over the internet. Like,
Yeah.
I am pro Red Sun.
Yeah.
It just bothers
Wait,
me.
you're pro red?
I am pro red. It's my favorite color. What bothers me is that we're going into a 4th season of a show.
Bad Cold War joke.
Going
to 4th season
of a show called Supergirl.
Yep.
About a hero called Supergirl.
What's her name again?
Supergirl.
Okay,
and
okay.
all we do with her is give her Superman villains and storylines. And I'm over it. I'm over the idea of that. Like, give me a full season of Bizarro Girl and give me, like, the Sterling Gates and Jamal Igle, or, like, give me a weird Peter David hallucination where she thinks she's an angel. Can I
give you another Devil's
a
Advocate?
Supergirl story. Absolutely.
Rain is a Supergirl villain from the
she
comics.
She is.
We saw how well that worked out.
You know what I'll say? You could have done Rain well.
Sure.
You could have done Rain well.
Fair point.
We didn't get it. I also don't know if a story arc where the point is to show us an angry kind of mirror version of the hero is what I want from this particular show. Now, I think it's great. I hope the writers can turn it into something interesting, but to me, that line is a dubious line. Instead of you could have achieved the same storyline and said, we're pulling from when Supergirl was a Red Lantern.
I'm going to make a weird prediction here.
Please do.
I think that their Red Sun comment is just bad labeling.
It could be.
Because the infight between Rain and Supergirl takes place in Siberia. And that's where the Supergirl things that becomes evil Supergirl splits off. So I think that's where they're gonna I think they're just trying to make Russian Supergirl. I don't know if we're gonna get full on Red Sun Supergirl. I just think that that's the closest thing they can label it to, and I think that they want to do this because I think their idea is, let's have a scene with Melissa Benoist where she has the Red Sun costume.
Yeah,
like
we'll recycle the gray suit from Nazi world, and we'll just put the
communist symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the idea that they're going for because.
But is that something does that excite you? Do you think that's interesting?
You know, what would excite me about it more is if we had the Red Sun Supergirl show up from Earth 19 or something like that, and she shows up and she's like, this is my world to conquer. And then we do a dual narrative where we flash back and see her life Because if you're going to do Red Sun,
Do it.
give us Red Sun.
Yeah, give us an alternate Earth.
So show us, do the Arrow thing, and for the entire season, we see how that alternate Supergirl became like the Russian comrade, Prime Minister Supergirl. Let's not half-ass it.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. My prediction is that Red Sun Supergirl is not the true villain of the season.
Oh, I was gonna say my prediction would be that I think the Red Sun arc is gonna be 1, maybe 3 episodes max. I don't think it's the tone of the entire season. I think it's the first idea that they've solidified on breaking the story for the season.
They're gonna Smallville it because Smallville.
I don't know what that means.
Well, Smallville did Evil Clark like twice. So Smallville did an arc where Clark got red kryptonite and he ran away from home and he became angry and robbed banks. It happened. It lasted.
What?
Yep. It was the season 2 finale.
Sounds terrible.
It was the season 2 finale and the season 3 premiere. It was the idea that for the entire summer he was in Metropolis being a bad boy. Now,
oh boy,
Smallville also did it again at the end of either season 5, I think it's season 6, where Clark gets infected with black kryptonite, which is the thing that made this Red Sun Supergirl, and it split off a bizarro version of Clark who was also angry and aggro. But at that time, like every time he activated his powers, he turned white like Bizarro. His skin cracked.
That bothers me even more though because we saw Bizarro Girl in season 1,
sure,
and she was so cool.
But both times,
Smallville
solved it in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree. Let's what else we got to talk about?
So you kind of alluded this. We know that Winn is going to the future with Mon-El, so he's becoming a part-time.
We are going to get to the villain discussion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, eventually. Cool.
So he's becoming a part-time.
I'm just excited to talk about the villain.
Cast member.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason, I want to ask you, when he comes back from the future, which Legionnaire have we revealed that he's gonna be? Because everyone gets to be an effing superhero in this universe, and you're not gonna go to the future and not tell me he's not coming back as Lightning Lad.
I should have looked up a list of this. He's not gonna come back as Lightning Lad. I should have looked up a list of superheroes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's not gonna be Bouncing Boy.
Chameleon?
No, he's not gonna be Chameleon Boy. God. I need to Google a list of Legionnaires. I apologize. I should have done that.
That's okay.
I didn't know I was going to be springing on a Legion question. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll move on a little bit from that while you're Googling it.
I'll get it.
We also know that Brainiac 5 is joining the cast full time. If you watched our Supergirl reviews, you know that we were pro Brainiac after the makeup got redone.
Yeah, I like him.
Jesse Rath, you're killing it. I'm really hoping that this means we finally get the Brainy Supergirl romance that is canon to the comics.
They've sort of hinted at it, that he has a crush on her.
Per this show, Supergirl gets a new goddamn boyfriend every season.
Yep.
So, and if Mon-El isn't there, then it might as well be Brainy. And that would be a romance that I would actually really love to see played out because we've never seen it translated to a screen in a meaningful long-term way.
He's going to, go back to Jeremy Jordan.
Yes.
He's going to become Magnetic Kid.
Why do you say that, Jason?
Because Magnetic Kid has the ability to generate and control magnetic fields. And what was the weapon that he just gave Alex? A magnetic kind of thing?
Oh, and doesn't he's got her gun or something?
Well, I mean, if he built it once, he can build it again. But he'll just do it as a full bodysuit.
So, there you go.
He'll be Magnetic Boy or Magnetic Man.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be. He'll be Magnetic Man.
Yeah, he will.
There you go.
He'll have an M&M, like the little candy on his
he'll have
chest.
something like that. Sure.
Cool. So there you go. He's going to be Magnetic Man. Are you pro Kara and Brainy romance?
100%.
Nice.
Yep, that's actually one of the things that I am excited about for Brainy actually is going to be an interesting addition, kind of like Mr. Terrific was to Curtis Holt was to Arrow. Now it may take them a couple of seasons to warm him up because that's what happened with Mr. Terrific. But once they got him there, the character's just so great that it works.
It really adds a lot to that world. I hope that goes for Brainy. Also, it's not confirmed, but there's a big fan theory going around that because Sam is going to be a part of this season for some reason.
Is that confirmed that she's part of this season?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but this is the fan theory. That because you're not just going to waste her going out for mimosas with Kara and Lena, who's probably going to be the bad guy, that she is going to become a vigilante. And a lot of people think that she's going to be Batwoman, and we're going to learn that she's Batwoman in the season finale, and that by the end of this, the mid-season finale, and by the end of the season, that Ruby's going to be Batgirl. What do you think about that?
This is my only thing I'm going to say to you. Everybody out there that you think Sam's going to become Batwoman, that's so dumb it makes my mind hurt. Move on.
So it's not confirmed who the villain is, and there have been no hints. But if you watch Supergirl,
Lena Luthor.
it's obviously going to be Lena Luthor.
Lena Luthor.
And since Jason's dying to talk about
Lena
it,
Luthor.
let's talk about Lena Luthor in
Lena
season
Luthor.
4. Do you think she's going to put on the armor
Oh.
and fight Supergirl? Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh man, they're probably gonna do that. Yeah, you're probably because they want to have their villains fight people.
Yeah.
So we see Lena in the very end. She's experimenting on kryptonite.
Yeah.
So we got introduced black kryptonite. I think we've already had red kryptonite on the show as well.
I think we've had red and blue.
Yeah. So like this is. I think we're
Someone will tell us in the comments.
I think we're gonna get the full color spectrum of kryptonite by Lena. I think.
Well, we have problematic pink kryptonite.
Yep. And yes, we're gonna have it all. We're gonna have every color of kryptonite will appear in this season, and I think that'll be the thrust of the season. Is that it will eventually lead to gold kryptonite, which kills Kryptonians.
It would be so funny and like such a shot across the bow. This will never happen. If Lena made a gold kryptonite gauntlet with all of the kryptonite stones in it and used it to fight Supergirl.
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be so.
It won't happen.
It'd be
It won't happen.
funny. I'm actually dying. This will be the one reason that I'll watch at least a little bit of the next
Lena?
season of Supergirl. Is I love Lena on the show, and we've kind of danced with her being an evil person, and she played Morgana. She was the villain of Merlin. I just think it needs to happen.
Yes, even if it's not Lena, which I think is a mistake, it needs to be Lena. This whole dancing around like, oh, Lena sort of hates Supergirl, blah, blah, blah. No, make her the damn villain. This is Deathstroke territory. You've been dangling this Lena thing for 3 seasons now. Use it. Fire the damn Lena gun. If you don't understand that reference, go look up Chekhov's storytelling techniques.
Or Chekhov's gun. I think that will...
No, I'm making it more difficult for them.
You are.
Go ahead.
So that's everything that we have confirmed up to this point for Supergirl Season 4. Before we wrap it up, is there anything that you really want to see from this season coming up? I would really love to see Alex get something to do.
Well, she's the head of the DEO now.
That doesn't mean that they're going to give her anything to do and that she's not just going to be tied up with a horrible stepdaughter. And I would love to go back to Mars and put a capper on that, because I think that's always some of the most interesting storytelling, but I think we never get as much of it as I would like. So just like go back there one more time and put it to bed so that we can move on with whatever other cosmic nonsense we're going to get into.
So what do I want to see? Is that the question here? I want to see Kara be heroic.
You don't think Kara's heroic?
No, I don't. I think the sad part about Supergirl so far, and they've done this every single season, is they've given her some sort of emotional crutch that disables her in almost every season.
Usually a romantic interest.
Well, it was her aunt in season 1. It was Mon-El in season 2. And then in this season, it was the idea that like it was supposed to be the relationship with Sam, this character that we'd never met till season 3. Also Lena, also Mon-El, also. You see how there's too many here? I just want to see Kara step up and be the hero that we know she can be, because we haven't flippin' seen it. We've talked about it. We got real close to it when she beat the snot out of Superman and a bunch of Daxamites last season.
Man, that was so
We
great.
got so close to it. I do not want a romance subplot with Supergirl at all this season.
But Brainiac, fine.
Hint at it.
Sure.
Build it up.
Earn it.
Earn it.
Dare I say earn it?
Give it to us in season 5. But dangle it. Let them build the foundation. Let them become friends. So yeah, that's all I got to say.
Cool. So we want to know for our next video what crazy predictions or what do you guys want to see in the future of all of the DC TV shows, and the best ones we're going to use in next week's video. So
That's right.
Give us your best ideas.
Yeah, while you're down there giving us those, don't forget to click subscribe, and also go check out our Patreon if you want lots of exclusive stuff. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video, Super Friends.